all, welcome back to another Mad Flow. Welcome back to my living room. I hope you're doing really well and I hope you're ready to move, breathe and relax with me today. As always, just going to be a short session to get us feeling warm and comfortable in our bodies. So roll out your mat, create some space and meet me in a comfortable seated position. So today we're going to start in a cobbler's pose, so your Baddha Konasana, but make sure this is just really comfy and it works for you. So if you need to come a little bit kind of looser into this posture, bring the feet a little bit further away from the body, just to make it work for you, then please do. So we'll start here, we'll take the hands to the ankles if that feels okay, and almost just kind of surrender to a bit of slouching to start with. So letting the head feel quite heavy, almost as if you're going to go into like quite a deep fold, but just pause, close the eyes down, and just start to take control of your breath. And as you're here, you're just going to just find a little bit more depth with every breath. So we actually come a little bit deeper and deeper into this fold. And if there's anything that makes this a little bit more comfy, then just take it. It might be holding onto the feet, might be drawing the arms forward, but it doesn't really matter how far you come into this fold, just giving you a chance to get into this real nice hip opener. You're going to take 3 breaths in and out. Breathe in and out. One more in and out. And only when you're ready to, we're just going to start to stack the spine and come up to a real tall, comfortable seated position. Flicker the eyes open and join me with the hands on the knees. We're going to start to create some circles in the torso. So finding whatever feels good here, maybe dropping the shoulders, maybe you want to go back to closing the eyes so you can really feel into the movement. And still keep that breath really strong. We're trying to breathe real mindful breaths into the body. And if the body feels quite stressed at the moment, it might be that those breaths are kind of the most important thing to consider during this flow. Go for a couple more breaths. Don't worry if these circles feel a little bit tight and awkward. We will get comfier and comfier as we move. But when you're happy to, just coming back to that straight, strong spine, we're going to lift the arms up overhead, tap the fingertips, and exhale, cactus the arms out to the side. Inhale, lift the arms up, interlace the fingertips, and take a side stretch to the right. Back to center, and a side stretch to the left, which might be a little bit of effort to hold, just because the core is having to work a little bit here. Good, come back to center with me when you're ready, and then slowly just bring the fingertips behind the back. We're going to lift the chest up, maybe take the gaze up just to kind of stretch out the neck and the throat. Keep the gaze forward if that feels a little bit more comfy today. And once you've taken an extra breath here, hips are open, chest is open, the breath feels quite free. We're very gently going to stay in this position so the fingertips stay grounded, but just take the gaze forward, neck and head in line, and then just start to bring your feet to the floor with a nice bend in the knees. So we've landed here with that kind of lift in the chest, trying to press the feet into the floor for that grounding. But when you're ready, you're just going to gently bring navel to spine and take the gaze down. Now when this happens, sometimes the shoulders roll forward. Try and keep the shoulders back. So it's kind of this lower lumbar spine that we're working on. And then inhale, just draw the chest up again. So just a couple of those. Exhale, just in that lower back, navel to spine. Inhale, lift it up. It can be quite subtle movements, so don't kind of think that you're doing it wrong just because the movement's quite small. And then after that, one more breath. Bring the gaze forward. We're going to lift the hands off the floor, draw the arms forward, keep the shoulders away from the ears, soften through the elbows, And then just start to peel the feet off the floor, coming into that early boat pose. I know, mean. We're going to kick the right leg forward, extend the right leg long, and then gently step that left foot over the right leg as you sit up nice and tall. Good. From here, take hold of that left knee with your right hand and drop the left hand behind the back. Take a breath in this deep twist, and then use an inhale to roll all the way back through center. Lift up, draw the arms beside you, soft elbows, lean back. We draw the left knee in, draw the right knee in. Hold that kind of soft version of your boat pose. You're not putting everything into it, you're softening through the joints. And then kick your left leg away. Step your right foot over your left leg as you lift up nice and tall. Take hold of that right knee with left hand and drop right hand behind the back. Take a breath here. Twist, keep the chest open. And then very slowly, when you're happy to, you're just going to unravel, come all the way back, lift the arms up. And this time you can just step that right foot back over, extend the legs, and use an exhale to just fold forward, so slump forwards. Inhale, fingertips to mat, look forward, lengthen through the spine. So similar to like your halfway lift in standing, we're just creating a little bit more space. Exhale, you can fold, let the head feel heavy. Inhale, palms, all fingertips press down, sit up nice and tall. Let's do one more. Exhale, fold. And inhale, lengthen, create space in the chest and the back body. And then from that breath, lift the arms all the way up. We're going to walk the feet in, knees in towards the chest, cross the ankles over, and then gently bring your fingertips to the floor in front of you. You're going to lift all the way up. Take your time if you need a little bit more support with that. Your feet stay crossed, so cross them back over if you've untangled. Bring your fingertips mat distance apart. Look forward, take that halfway lift, soft bend in the knees, and then exhale, full fold. Next inhale, your feet stay grounded, draw the arms out to the side and up. Don't be shocked if your balance is way off just because your feet are crossed. Exhale, hands to heart space. Nice one. Gently unravel your back leg. So for me it's my left foot, probably is for you too. Wrap it around your right leg. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, let's fold again. Fingertips mat distance apart. Halfway lift on next inhale breath. Create space. Full fold on exhale, let it go. Nice. Inhale, rise up. We're going to come up. Bring the hands together. Hands to heart space. And then close the eyes. Untangle the feet. And just start to walk to the top of your mat. Once you've grounded the feet down and the toes are pressing down, just shimmy the weight from left to right. So maybe that means lifting up a heel, maybe lifting the toes, and then you're pressing that weight into the floor. Stand strong, stand still. Soft knees, inhale, rise all the way up into a full body stretch, and then exhale, come all the way down. Soft knees, hands to mat, Hasta Uttanasana. Soft knees, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, come to your plank pose. From your plank pose today, we're just going to tap the knees, then lift. We need two more. Tap the knees, then lift. Work in the lower abs here. Then on that third one, hips to the sky, come up into your downward facing dog. Now give yourself some time to adjust here. Give the knees a little bend. Use the breath. Keep the chest open and just take 3 rounds of breath to move organically. And once you've taken those 3 breaths, don't rush. You're going to gently lift the heels, roll forwards to that plank pose. You're going to lift your right foot off the floor, point your toes, bend through your right knee, and just tap right knee to right elbow. You're going to hold here, shoulders over the wrists. I know, some serious early warmth. Then send that right leg back to plank. Knees to mat, hips to heels. Take a real nice long stretch in that child's pose. Then using the breath to inhale, shoulders back over the wrists. Slide your feet to the end, come back to that plank pose, high plank. Point your left toes, lift your left leg. Bend through your left knee, knee to elbow, hold. Shoulders stay over wrists. And then again, you're going to send that leg back. This time, knees to mat. Weight comes forward, so start to bring the weight forward even before you come down. Bend your elbows, lower all the way down to your front. Point the toes, lift halfway up. Exhale, soften. Inhale, point the toes, then tuck them under. Travel through the knees, come up to your downward facing dog. Let's get some warmth. We're going to push your left leg to the sky. We're going to bend the left knee, step left foot in between the hands, and lower the right knee to the mat. Draw the way up, fingertips to sky, then circle the right arm, and maybe you pick up your right foot and take a real nice hold of that right foot with your right hand. Similar to other grips that I've taught, fingertips to floor, so you can bend the elbow and get into the shoulder. This is also giving your right quad a real big stretch. It's also a test of balance. So go steady, take a breath, inhale, exhale. Without letting that foot ping out of the hands, soften it slowly, cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat. Good, your right knee stays as it is. You're going to drag that left leg all the way back. In line with the right foot, you're going to land the inside of that left foot to the floor and then peel this left arm off the floor. Again, it's going to be wobbly because everything's on the same line here. Good. Then slowly pick up that left leg, come back to that tabletop, and then release the hand, release the knee. Good. Shimmy the hips. Get really comfortable, left to right. Good. Slide the feet back. Meet me back in that high plank. Let's start again. Inhale, use the breath. Exhale, knees to mat, weight comes forward. Exhale, bend through the elbows, all the way down we go. Point the toes. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, soften. Nice, point the toes, then tuck the toes under, travel through the knees, come all the way up to that downward facing dog. Well done. Your right leg lifts high, find three-legged dog. Bend through the right knee, step the right foot in between the hands as you lower the left knee down. Rise up, fingertips to sky. Let the hips melt down, but try not to kind of flare up the ribs too much. So try and keep some control of that lower back, lumbar spine. And again, some of you may want to circle this left arm round, take hold of the left foot, bend through the elbow, fingertips towards the floor, get into that left quad. Use the breath here. Maybe the gaze comes up. And then again, without pinging that foot away, release softly, tuck the toes under. Cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat. Your left leg stays as it is. Your right leg slides all the way back. On the same line as that left side, left leg, you're going to peel your right arm all the way up. So again, we're just testing that side body balance. Really good one for practicing your side plank. My mind went blank then. Good. And then when you're ready to, you're going to start to tip forwards, lift through that right foot, right leg, and then lower that right hand to mat. Bend through that right knee, knee to mat. Give the hips a little wriggle. So we're starting to challenge that weight distribution in the body. Well done. Hands under shoulders. Check in with that. Drop the belly, lift the neck and the head. Come into your cat-cows for just 3 breaths. Exhale, belly in, gaze is down. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the neck and the head. Exhale, draw the belly in, take the gaze back. One more round, then when you're happy to, no rush to get there. You're going to meet me with this flat, straight and strong spine. You're going to come back to that high plank pose. Inhale is going to pick the hips up. Your exhale, come forwards to plank. Again, inhale, lift the hips up, inverted V. Exhale, come forwards to plank. And then final lift to hold, come up to downward dog. Squeeze in the core muscles, lift the left leg high, give the left ankle a wriggle. Breathe, squeeze the left knee into chest, hold. So when we practiced knee to elbow a moment ago, we're just holding that weight in the upper body. It's a really good practice to do. Good, from here you're going to lower that left foot in between the hands. So you're just creating space by lifting the hips. Fingertips to floor, rise up to your high lunge. Very similar to before, we're going to open the chest by bringing the hands behind the back. Lift up, chest is long, breath is comfy, and then slowly drop the hands, lift the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingertips, turn onto the heel of that back foot and reach the arms to the front of the mat or towards the front of the mat, creating your side angle stretch. Nice. Keep your hands interlaced, take hold of the back of the head. Good. Keep trying to push your chest forward. I feel like that movement helps me open. Good, keep hold of the head and come all the way up. Open the arms, come to warrior two. Soften, cartwheel the hands to the top of the mat. Ball of the back foot, then step, walk, drag right foot next to left foot. Take hold of opposite elbows, give yourself a shimmy from left to right. Use the breath here, melt, melt, melt. And once you've taken some time to find some space with me, exhale, drop the hands. Soft knees, inhale, rise up, stack the spine, stack, stack, stack. And bring it all the way back down to fold. Nice. Palms to mat, soft knees. Walk, step, jump back to that plank pose. We're going to tap the knees like we did at the start, then lift back to plank. 2 more, just turning on those real deep lower abs. Then on that third one, lift hips to sky, downward dog. Right leg lift, come into your 3-legged dog. Take a bend in your right knee, square the hips, then bring that knee in towards the chest. We hold here. Again, we're just trying to bring that strength into upper body and arms. To step the right foot in between the hands, we want to lift the hips up slightly. Step the foot through. When we're quite stable on the feet, rise up. Come into your high lunge. So hips stay square here. Just check in with what's kind of pulling, what's feeling a little bit tight. And then gently open the arms, interlace the fingertips. Just trying to avoid the flowers. Squeeze the chest open. Again, you're not flaring the ribs forward. You're trying to get this upward lift. So you're creating all that space, all that warmth. Lovely, lovely. Nice. Release the hands, don't ping. Lift the arms up, interlace the fingertips. And then ground the back heel, reach the arms to the front of the mat. Come into that side angle shape. So here you don't want to let this left arm melt forward. You want it to stay open. And a way that we can do that is by bending the elbows, bringing hands to the back of the head, avoiding whatever hairdo you've got today, and keeping the chest open. So imagine, when you're here, imagine I'm pressing your left elbow back a little bit more. Nice one. From here, rise up. Keep the hands to the back of the head first, and then open the arms. Gaze to the top of the mat. Let go. Cartwheel the hands to the top, fingertips to floor, ball of the back foot, and then very gently, palms down, walk, step, drag your right foot back to that plank pose. Beaut. Weight comes forward, knees down, bend through the elbows. Now let's hover the chest, push the hips up. Hold here. Take an extra breath. Then you can use your inhale to gently lower, then lift, hips lower, chest lifts. Take a breath. Take some half circles in the neck. So just keeping that head forward. And then very softly, very slowly, gazes forward. Lift through the knees, your knees stack on top. Your hips stack on top of the knees. Keep your hands as they are for now. And then slowly you're going to start to let the chest sink. So the chest is coming towards the mat. To get a little bit more space, we figure out we need to walk the hands forward. And then the chest can come down and down and down. See if you can stay on your forearms here. Forehead to mat, or chin to mat, or cheek to mat. Take a breath in puppy pose. Breathe. And when you're ready to, peeling the head off the floor, staying on the forearms, bringing the weight forward. That will test your upper body strength. It always gets me. Slide your legs back, or your feet back rather. Come into your forearm plank. Good. From your forearm plank, lower the hips, lower the legs. Come to Sphinx, point the toes. Tuck the toes under, hands under shoulders, and lift all the way back up to that final downward dog. Giving the hips a really nice shimmy, giving the knees a nice bend. Taking 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Seeing what's going on up here. And then in your own time, nice and patient, walk your hands down to your feet, come into your Uttanasana at the bottom of your mat. You're going to just land here and just focus on keeping the hands grounded and the feet grounded. Remember, bend the knees as much as you need to. And then very gently, your left hand is going to walk to the right hand side of the mat. Come onto your fingertips and then scoop your right arm up without moving the hips or the lower body. So here it might be that you bend both knees a little bit deeper to keep them still. Once the arm is up, take a couple of big circles in this right arm. Now, for me, my neck is quite tight, so looking up doesn't really feel comfy, but if it does for you, taking the gaze up might really create a little bit of extra room. Well done. Then when you're happy, lower that right hand to mat, both hands just in front of the feet, palms down, let the head feel heavy. How does that right shoulder feel? Good, legs are getting a real nice stretch. Walk your right hand over to the left side of the mat, and left arm lifts up. Again, without letting the hips kind of knock off to square, we want real level in the hips. Circle through that left arm. Good, try it. Oh, I'm avoiding the flowers again. Try it with the palm facing out and the palm facing in. Well done. Again, gaze can go where it feels good. You've taken one more stretch here, one more circle. We'll gently lower the hands back to the mat. Look forward, start to walk the hands to the top. So you're going to really unravel here through the spine. Come back to that plank pose. You'll be pleased to know it's your final one. Knees to mat, hips to heels. Keep the toes tucked under. And then slowly come to that child's pose. A place of kind of surrendering to anything that's come up. Any tension. Breathe. Now, once you've taken one more breath here, you're going to so slowly first let's visualize the spine. And then you're going to just start to stack vertebrae on vertebrae. So you just start to kind of unravel all the way up. Your hands can just drop to the thighs when you make it up. Coming into that kneeling position, taking the gaze forward. It might just take you a moment to adjust and feel comfy here. But when you do, just give the shoulders a little wriggle. Just wake up in the left shoulder, the right shoulder. What's going on? What's feeling good? And then before we come down, just gently scooping the hips up, drawing the fingertips high, and then taking your right hand to your right hip. Your left arm reaches up and over, and then cactus that left arm out to the side. And just take two more, reaching that arm up and over. Really helpful if you struggle to kind of connect the breath to these kinds of movements. Nice. Switch sides when you're ready to. One side, as always, may have a little bit more kind of space, might provide a bit more comfort. So go really gently, using the breath, giving the shoulder a chance to relax in between each stretch. Then when you're ready to, both arms cactus up to your side. You're going to bring hands to heart space, elbows wide. And then slowly, with your thumbs just kind of on your chest, you're going to start to lean back gently. So not crazy here. We're keeping the hips quite stable and level. But then gently bring your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your chest. And then gently just start to construct that straight, strong spine. Close the eyes. And then gently relax the hips to the heels, keeping the eyes closed and letting the hips melt down. You'll take 3 breaths here, soft breaths in through the nose. Feel the belly move, feel the chest move, feel a gentle warmth in heart space and an abdomen. And once you've taken a couple of long breaths and things are feeling comfy, just gently feel free to flicker the eyes open and let go of the body. So let hands slide off the body. Give your arms a little shake out to the side. Bring in a little bit more warmth. Once the arms have had a little shake, start to lift the hips. Give the legs a little shake. Maybe you come off the knees. Shift the weight from left to right. We're going to make our way up to the top of the mat. Give yourself a little wriggle here. A little shake out. And then gently crossing the ankles, we're going to rock back to take hold of the feet, elbows to the insides of the knees, so that cobbler's pose again. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, let it out. Big sigh. Inhale. Exhale, let it out. Last one, inhale. Exhale, a noisy release. And slowly draw the knees in towards each other, point the toes, draw the arms out to the side, palms face up. We're going to roll down, take hold of the backs of the thighs and roll up. Take a couple of rolls up and down the spine. Bring some warmth in, bring some play in, and then very gently lower the back all the way down. We'll release the arms down beside us. And to start with, we'll just give the knees a nice circle, just releasing through lower back, lumbar spine. Maybe the breath is calming down. Maybe you've got many more sighs in you. But once you've taken a couple of circles here, just drawing the arms out wide, or cactus if you haven't got loads of room. You're going to wrap your right leg around your left leg, either with one cross or two. So full kind of eagle legs here. And then we're going to gently just drop the legs over to the right hand side. And maybe you hold here. Maybe you feel the need to just press your right hand onto your right leg. Maybe you feel the need to untangle the legs once you're in that twist. That's what I quite like doing. Take a breath. And then take another one. Let the body chill. Understand where you're reaching here, what you're releasing. Well done. No rushing. Cross the legs if you've untangled. Use your core muscles to roll back through center. Untangle the legs and give them a nice shake out, a nice wriggle overhead. Once you've had a little shake of the legs, wrap your left leg around your right leg again, either with one twist or two. And then, you guessed it, dropping the legs over to the right. I need a bit more room. Dropping the legs over. And again, once you're in that twist position, you might want to unravel the legs. The gaze over that opposite shoulder. Again, following a couple of long, full breaths. Notice how the spine feels here. Does this twist feel quite different? Have we got more room, more to release, or less? And once we have taken the stillness and the time and the kind of deepening that we need, trust yourself, wrap the legs together and roll back through center. Going to unravel the legs for the last time, give them a nice shake out, and then just gently relaxing the feet to the floor. Your feet are going to come mat distance apart, your knees are going to come together, and your arms are just going to stay out wide for now. So whether that's straight arms or with a little bend at the elbows, just keep the arms wide, give the head a little rock from left to right, letting your head just land in a position that works for you. Closing down the eyes if you can, and just allowing yourself to melt for a few breaths in stillness. Most importantly, allowing that spine to ground. Slowing and steadying each inhale and each exhale, and just applying a bit of softness. And then the only alterations we need to make here is if you feel cool to just lie flat, walk the feet to the end of the mat and drop the arms down beside you. Again, just trying to keep the eyes closed and the breath nice and steady. There's no real effort to the breath here, just allowing yourself to be at ease. Let go of that effort. Breathing softly, imagining and also realizing that every breath you take can soothe the body in some way. Relax the forehead and the jaw. Relax the shoulders and the arms. Relax the chest, hips and legs. Relax the ankles and the feet. And just rest for a few more breaths. And just find yourself drifting from thought to thought. And just so we don't float away too far, come back to that flow of breath. In through nose, out through mouth, or nose, whatever feels comfy. And then just gently start to point your toes. Use an inhale to lift the arms up overhead, stretch it out. Good. Take a moment to maybe stretch to left and right, a moment to yawn. Maybe you want to flicker the eyes open, see what's happening. But once you've wriggled around on your mat for a good amount of time, just start to bring your knees in towards the chest. Take hold of the backs of the thighs. And make sure that lower back is really grounded here. We'll give ourselves a little rock here first. Maybe loosen the ankles with a little wriggle too. And then just gently bringing the chin to chest, forehead to knees. We're going to take a little rock up and down the spine once more. Trying to maybe bring some warmth back, some energy back if we've drifted off a little bit. And on that final rock, when you're ready, just come across the legs, drop the hands to the knees. Come back to closing the eyes if you can. Attention draws inward and we land together. And we ask for 3 big breaths with me. Inhale through the nose, arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale through the mouth, hands to heart space, let it out, let it go, and release. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, let it go. Final breath, inhale. Exhale, let it out. Hands to heart space, bow the head, chin to chest. Take a moment to thank yourself for your practice today. Namaste. Thank you all for practicing with me and doing this mad flow. I hope it has given you some warmth, chilled you out. I feel very chilled. And given you some real nice kind of you time on your mat today. I will see you again next time. Have a lovely day, have a lovely week, and catch you soon. Thank you guys. Bye.